Tropical Storm Ophelia made landfall in North Carolina, and we continue to feel her wrath here in Jersey. It's meteorologist Joe Martucci. Not the best way to wake up and start your day on Northfield Avenue in Northfield here. A tree split and then fell on the road early this morning here. And we're going to see more of this as the day goes on, as our winds continue to pick up. I mean, we've already seen some gusts over 50 miles an hour from Seaside Heights all the way to Beach Haven and down to Sea Isle City. Beach Haven, of course, the top spot here at 62 miles an hour. More spots will get to close to 60, even above that, as we go into the day today. Now, rainfall totals are not as much as I would have thought at this time, but we're still over an inch in places like Cape May County Airport in Irma and in Lower Township as well. We should be talking about 2 to 3.5 inches of rain by the time all is said and done. Here's Ophelia. It made landfall just about 6:50 a.m. here over in Havelock, North Carolina. We take a look at its path here. It's going to go to the northwest, stays a tropical storm until it gets to about Richmond, Virginia. Then it turns into a remnant storm, and actually that low pressure system becomes ours as we go into early on Monday here. So we're going to be dealing with its impacts really for the next 48 hours, but the core of the storm is through our afternoon, through the late afternoon on Saturday here. Take a zoomed out look of what Ophelia looks like. Here's a look at our storm threats. I did bump down the rainfall flooding threat from high to moderate because it just looks to be scattered areas of flooding. I don't think we're going to see any widespread issues. And we do have that tidal flooding as we go into Saturday afternoon, and those winds continue to rock. In terms of beach erosion, we are going to continue to see that as well, only adding to what we saw last weekend as Hurricane Lee passed well offshore. So let's time out this storm for you here. Through 9 a.m., that's when we see our heaviest rain and our strongest winds combine together. As we go after 9 a.m., our winds will be higher, but we're not going to see that steady rain. That being said, when it rains, it will pour, and there will be areas of tidal flooding as we go into the afternoon. In this one, we're talking about up to a foot of water in some spots as we go into the mid to late afternoon period. Then from Saturday night into Sunday, it's minor tidal flooding. It's periods of rain, but the wind really diminishes, and that is good news. Speaking of winds, here's a look at our wind alerts. A high wind warning in effect from Point Pleasant down to Cape May. And that means we're going to see wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. We've already been above that in North Beach Haven. But the point is there will be power outages and wind damage in these areas. In the advisory areas, that's possible. Not a definite, but possible with top gusts getting to around 50 miles an hour or so. Coastal flood alerts. We have the warning out for Ocean County down to Cape May County. Moderate flood stage expected this afternoon. Minor flood stage for the areas in light green. Not a good weekend to be out on the water here. A storm warning in effect for the Back Bays and the Atlantic Ocean waters here. Wave heights are high. Winds are very high. It is not good out on the water. And if you wanted to jump in the water, it's not safe there either. We have a rip current statement out and a high surf advisory as well. Here's a look at our future cast here, and we're going to put those isobars on there. Those are lines of equal pressure. So the tighter those white lines are, the stronger the winds are here. Watch as we go into the day. Steady rain gets out of here by about 9 o'clock, and then after that, it's hit or miss heavy downpours for the rest of the day. But the winds will pick up as we go into the day as well. We got that coastal flooding for the afternoon. And then as we go overnight, you start to see there's that little L that's starting to peek into your screen. Some steady rain with that. And that would be Sunday morning. But it's mainly going to be west of the Parkway. So we're talking about Hamilton, Bridgeton seeing some steady rain as we go into your Sunday morning. Then this should lift to the north as we go into the afternoon. But then it comes back Sunday night, and that's why I'm saying this storm's going to hang around for a while. As the storm goes back south, it's going to pull a little moisture with it as we go into our Sunday night. I do believe Monday is mostly, if not completely dry here across the area. Rainfall totals, or forecast rain to come, I should say, looking for upwards of 2.5 inches in spots. I think generally 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches sounds good, and that's why we have some flooding issues. Forecast wind gusts, again, up to 60 miles an hour in those areas in that brighter orange. There's going to be a few spots over that. I do think I could tweak that as we go into the day. And then we look at winds diminishing as you go further inland here. And that is obviously pretty typical for these kind of storms. So we got minor flood stage and then moderate flood stage coming over the next day or so. Minor flood stage is expected with the Sunday high tides, moderate flood stage with the Saturday PM high tides. Here are the differences between the two here. So moderate flood stage starts to impact property, and that is the difference here. We'll show you a couple of areas. This is Cape May. This is the difference between minor and now moderate flood stage here. More streets, especially Congress Street, Park Boulevard, they are completely submerged with water. Atlantic City, minor versus moderate. Again here, it will be tough driving around the islands as we go into the afternoon hours. There's no way around that with the tidal flooding we're expecting. And then let's just jump ahead to next week here. Between Tuesday to Thursday, high pressure to our north. That storm system, Ophelia, goes back to our south. While it will be dry, it will be windy, and there will be coastal flooding to speak of as well. Here's a look at our inland 7-day forecast here. So Monday, again, mostly dry day for us here. Temperatures in the 60s, though. Hello, fall. Today is the autumn equinox. I know that's getting lost in everything, but today is the autumn equinox. Tuesday and Wednesday, a stiff northeast wind. Coastal flooding likely Tuesday and Wednesday, and possibly Thursday as well here. And we'll have more details for you on the weekend after we get through this storm. We have live updates on our website, pressupac.com/weather. And make sure to subscribe to our Across the Sky podcast. We have a new episode coming out for you this Monday with our Lee Weather team.